in time. January, this is flashing. Does that mean it's going?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. It just turned 11 o'clock, so I'll call the meeting of the Board of Works for October 10th, 24 to order. Anybody, Brad, have you had a chance to look at the minutes?
I did, and I make a motion to approve that.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. No public hearing, no old business, new business. Have a special request for the Halloween parade. Seymour Evening Lions Club. I don't know how long they've been doing it. It's been several years. I think everything seems to be in place. Any questions from anybody?
Like I say, that's been done many, many
Yep.
years and never been an issue, so I make a motion to approve that.
I'll second that. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Mobile food truck license. This is an application. Applicant's name is Jen Potts. I think this is a second truck. Is that right?
Yes.
But they still have to go through with a whole new, okay. Looks like they're serving chicken, sandwiches, wraps, salads, nuggets, mac and cheese, cookies, brownies, pop and water. No alcoholic beverages.
So this is the second one?
Yeah.
Is it out of Columbus too? They both out of Columbus?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's the trailer that says that Tractor Supply.
It's Chick-fil-A, yes, yes, I did mention that, did I? I just mentioned Jen Potts. Okay, looks like everything's in order. We haven't had any complaints or anything, right, that I'm aware of? Anybody? Okay. The red trailer that's out there.
I prefer they put in a restaurant, but
Yeah,
since they're not, I would make a motion to approve the request.
I will second that. It's a pretty popular stop, I think, for a lot of people,
Yeah.
so. All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. We need to sign those, don't we? Okay. Let's see. Let's see, we got Bernie's next. Bernie, you want to come on up and,
All right, I'm gonna be a while, so you sure?
We're ready, Bernie.
All right, hold on.
the crowd says they're ready for you, Bernie.
Good deal. I'm gonna go backwards, I think, instead. Let's start with the paving projects we have out there right now. We have Second Street we're letting people use the roadway, but it's rough and we don't really want traffic on Second Street, especially as we're gonna gear up for major construction now. We just had a few utilities moving for the first 6 months or so now. But just expect Second Street to be even harder to traverse.
Will they be, closing pieces again over the winter?
It'll be what?
Closing pieces of it over the
Yeah,
winter?
they'll have to be closing sections of it. And,
It's so rough, I would hate to encourage anybody to drive through there.
well, like I said, we're gonna have more storm sewer crossings now. That hasn't been started yet, so it's even gonna be rougher to get through that area. So just definitely low speeds and yeah, watch out for anything that
Proceed to caution, huh?
expect it to kind of be gravel. Or use an alternate route is the main, best thing to do. Okay, and then on the current CCMG, we did get Vestlage Road paved. That's, if you want to drive that, I think that turned out nice. We're moving over to Shields, and we'll be going from 9th Street up to the cemetery. There's some new sidewalk we've added to help with pedestrian traffic, and hopefully, if someone develops the rest of the country club area, then maybe we'll get a sidewalk all the way up to the cemetery, which is, we know that's a demand for some people in that area. They'd like to be able to walk up there. All right. Like I said, that'll be probably paved in the next week or two. Then we also have Bateman. That's a major milling operation and repaving versus some of this project on Shields is just a kind of a mill and fill, a quicker pavement operation. But Bateman rides real rough. I don't know if you've been on that. It's a real it's just the joints have just been destroyed, and so we're going down deep about 8 inches to put in kind of a new pavement section through there. So that's going to take a little longer than the other projects. So I hope everybody's patient, and that's in an industrial area. So we're working with ISIN to try to make sure that goes smoothly for them. All right. Then a couple issues to bring in front of you. I think I will start with the notice of award for the transfer station. I have a sheet in front of you that just notes where we are. The low bidder was Teton Construction, kind of from the last meeting, for $2,196,860. That's just the base bid. We were not going to recommend the alternate, so the city is going to do some additional widening of pavement, most likely after this project is completed. But this is where we are right now, and the contractor gave us some additional information to make the bid acceptable. I think Chris did a review on some of those items. So we're asking that you approve this, and there is a condition that the city council review this. I don't know, Chris, if you want to address that.
Sure. So the plan is to utilize some bond funds previously unallocated.
It's the 2021 facility building fund that funded Fire Station 2, Station 1 remodel, and City Hall remodel. All the projects are pretty much complete. There is still some window work that I need to get done on my side. I just can't find anybody around that wants to do it at this point. But there's roughly $400,000 left in that account, and I recommended $200,000 go towards this project, along with what we have in remaining ARP funds.
So with that being said, it's not necessarily seeking approval from council to utilize funds for this purpose. It's more of an informational thing and kind of seeking support from council.
Council's already awarded the ARP funding.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And those two pieces, does that cover everything so far?
It's very close, yeah, we're within. I just looked at it, I had it here. 58 to 96. It's about $40,000 shy. And ultimately, I mean, if it has to still come out of that bond, we can do that.
Yeah.
Just hoping Bernie maybe beats him down a little bit somewhere between now and
Okay.
Well, that's a great project. I mean, it's.
Teton was the only bidder, or were they?
We had 3 bidders.
Okay.
We had Bradshaw out of North Vernon, and we had T&T out of Salem. They were both higher.
Okay.
I've worked with Teton before because I've done work in Madison and in the general in that area. They're pretty popular down there, and they do school work, and so they can handle this pretty easy.
Okay. I'll go ahead and make a motion then to accept the Teton bid for the project.
And I'll second it.
All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Okay. Next, we're looking at O'Brien Street on the Phase 2 and Phase 3 projects that are under design right now. The Phase 2 is the area between Village Green or Mobile Home Park and US 50. And Phase 3 is between US 50 and 4th Street, or the new roundabout up there. we've been negotiating some of their they needed some fee increases, to continue working on part of the project. Some of the information is new, or, for example, we've asked for new, sanitary sewer design for this project that wasn't in the original scope. So they've given us a letter, and it's in front of you. I'd like to have it approved. I'd like to have you look at it and see if we can approve it today, but if you have questions, we can always table it to the next meeting. But if you want me to go over this, and I can. Basically, there's 2 sheets to the side that have phase 1 supplemental number 2 and phase 3 supplemental number 3 that are separate from that document. And it kind of goes over where I've been with them. They started with, like on phase 2, they started with an original fee of $162,000, and I tried to get them down to $136,000, and we ended out at $138,185 for the revised amount. And then similar on phase 2, this is a little odd, in that they wanted $63,000 to start with. I felt like they only deserved the $57,600, and then they came back. They came back actually less than what I proposed at $57,300. So I'm not real sure that's negotiating. That's kind of part of the changes. These kind of represent these one sheet deals kind of represent the summary of the changes that were made. They're all additions. There's no subtractions there. So.
I mean, I would ask that you break these out when the time comes to pay them, which should be paid by SMSU, and which should be paid through either RDC or the city.
Right, and it's always it's kind of tough because it just makes it more complicated for Melissa. I apologize. That's just what happens.
I mean, and some of it's obvious: stormwater design, sanitary sewer design, and plans. But just my request.
And the letter here from GAI kind of explains every, individual item that has been modified. And I can go over those if you'd like, or like I said, if you prefer to wait, that's fine with me too. Some of the things are, can I just go over each one of these real quick?
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Let's just look at their letter. Project management, this is it became more difficult with, there were more parcels to this project than we originally anticipated. When we do the original fee agreement, it's been like 4 years ago now, we thought there were so many parcels, and the next thing we find out that there's more parcels and more complicated parcels than we originally thought. So that's where they are asking for more management fee. Then it goes, going down this line, environmental documentation. There was, I think this is the one that might have had a mistake on their original man-hour justification, where they accidentally halved a cell on their Excel spreadsheet, which caused them to lose $10,000. So they'd like to have that money back, even though they made a mathematical error. So that's one that you all can figure out if you want to give that to them or not. But I don't know. I feel like that's kind of fair to give that to them. Then going down to road design plans, we did make some major changes with some storm sewer to allow us not to have as many inlets. I'll be honest with you, the new inlet design that the state has seems to be a little overkill. So we felt like it was important to try to be to value engineer this as best we can, and we have fewer inlets, but it's still going to be plenty of capacity for what you would expect on a normal city street. Then another thing that gets kind of odd is there's something called a maintenance of pedestrian traffic that is required by the state. This is just kind of came about in the last few years. So that's an additional fee that the consultant feels like they deserve since it's something new.
Where is that at, Bernie? It's on one of these two sheets?
That's included in the road design and
Okay.
plans adjustment. I originally, like I said, some of these I tried to knock down as I felt like they were a little high, and they came back with a lower fee. Like I think on phase 2, they went from $48,000. I tried to get them down to $35,000, and they're saying they can come down to $42,000 is their lowest amount they feel comfortable with. And to be honest with you, I'm okay with these adjusted numbers since they're fairly close to what my total number is at the bottom. They've done some things that are a little odd, like they deleted something in their costs that they never had to do. So that to me is obvious. They should have deleted that. They should have never had it in their contract. So yeah, there's a savings there that's included that is it's kind of hard to. I mean, it's not hard to explain, but it's they were going to delete it at some point anyhow. But in this time now they actually officially have deleted it. Does that make any sense? So it makes the amount that's supplemental a little easier to swallow, I guess is the word. All right, let's keep going. Design revisions to right-of-way. They're kind of listing. I'm on page 3 of their letter now. They have utility concerns and right-of-way changes. Again, I've tried to look at all these, and they seem to be legitimate increases in scope for them. Then utility coordination, they are adding the sanitary sewer to their project now. There is an old clay tile through a majority of the roadway. Water pollution control, I was hoping they would be here today, but they aren't. They wanted that replaced with new line because if they have a problem with that line in the future, they're just tearing up our brand new roadway. So we think this makes the most sense to put in a brand new sanitary sewer. So that's just the design cost is included now with these 2 phases. So that's, like I said, it's a fair chunk of the increase cost. And that's really the gist of everything. And I did talk to the mayor about it briefly.
That was gonna be my next question, if we needed to act on that today, or if the mayor was up to snuff on this, and if we postpone it for 2 weeks, is that a problem?
Chris?
I've reviewed it previously.
Okay.
Oh, you've,
Yes, sir.
okay.
What'd you see? Anything
Outside of,
that bothered you?
no, nothing really bothered me. I mean, I'm the last person on the planet that's going to judge somebody for misusing Excel. So, and they did eat $3,000 of that error. So outside of that, I think everything legally looks acceptable.
And you're good with this too, Bernie?
Yeah, I have been I'm sorry, I've been looking at this for really 30 days or so, and then they just kind of came back with the documentation for the amendment, which is, I just gave that to only Darren. So this is actually the thing that needs signed, but it's exactly what's in what I've just given you.
You had
in
a
the
chance
letter.
to look at it, Darren?
I haven't, no, I'm kind of digesting.
And you could approve it with the review, with Darren's review of the numbers. I think that might be a smart way to.
I mean, nothing scares me. Like I said, I want that broke out. So, I mean, SMSU's got plenty of money, so that doesn't concern me, just the residual, what the plan will be, you know, whether the city or if it's RDC, which ultimately is the city, where that money comes from.
Well, that was my concern, is if, you know, if this is not my expertise by any means.
You under a deadline to get this?
Yeah, we're kind of, obviously, I delayed it because I made them come down and I made them adjust the prices. We're kind of in a, tight range right now, cause they have to, we're trying to get this under construction in, as early as next September or something like that is the start. So the idea is to have all the plans in place by July. So, yeah, we're trying to buy property as fast as we can, or at least do all these 80 parcels as quick as we can, and they have to have the design right behind those if we can clear right away.
Do we have enough money allocated for acquiring those parcels? Cause I heard that they're coming in a little higher than what we anticipated.
I just had that discussion with GAI. They're trying to make that a little more palatable for us. It was over $1 million of land acquisition costs, and that's 100% of the cities, and the budgeted amount was something significantly smaller than that. So the one thing we're trying to do is there's some utility relocation funds. We think we can move those into the land acquisition. It's right away. I call it right away 2, which is the actual payment to the property owner. So we think we can move a few $100,000 worth of those funds into right away. And then we're also looking at what's left over from the railroad. We had like a significant amount of cost to go from like the CSX railroad and also it's just the CSX railroad for these 2 projects. So we were trying to move that funding into right away. So we think we can, like, again, make that a better project, or make it less of a hit to the city with those increases.
I mean, I'm comfortable with what I've
Okay.
seen here.
Okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
think if Darren and Chris are,
That's kind of where I'm going.
it's
Yeah,
way over me.
okay. Well, I feel a lot better now, not doubting Bernie, but I mean, we've
Right.
got a consensus of those that are more in the know than you and I, so, with that being said, I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the revisions.
I'll second it.
All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Bernie.
That wasn't very long.
That was pretty long.
Uh,
Ask Jeremy if it was long.
He got you on the timer?
He kept shaking his head no during the whole time you were talking, Bernie, so I.
Don't approve it.
Okay, the request for the sidewalk cut, is that something we just
I
need?
have that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's under you, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, Darren, take off.
So we have request for sidewalk cut replacement at Schneck Medical. Looks like Dunlap will be the one, doing the work. 411 West Tipton, sidewalk is broken and they want to replace it. Mr. Jeremy Green has reviewed and approved this work. So, any questions or comments? Jeremy, do you have anything to add to that?
It's already done, looks nice.
Okay.
So you'd recommend approving it?
I recommend approving it.
I'll make a motion to approve what's already been done.
A second.
All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Then we have 6 requests for sewer adjustment. First one is Paul Bowes. This one was pulled out a couple, I think maybe 4 weeks ago, and is brought back. Water company started actual, instead of estimating, gave actual readings. So Barb worked through it and came up with basically about a 4-month adjustment, looking for $433.71. This was a leak under the apartment. American Water Company estimated readings for 2 months, received actual reading on 9/17, was able to average. So that's the request there. Kenny Treadway, 252 Vestlage Road, filled pool in May, had a tear in liner, had to refill in June. American Water Company started estimated readings, took customer off summer sprinkling credit, adjusting 3 months to give summer sprinkling credit missed by being off. So he's looking for a credit of $225.09.
Pass those over, Chris, please.
Fisher Eye Care Specialist, 1125 Medical Place, Indiana American Water, is also doing an adjustment. They billed incorrectly, and we have the letter for what they did wrong, but it's only a $16.47 adjustment. City of Seymour Parks and Rec Pool, 703 North Park Street, meter adjustment for the summer, basically running July 24th through September 24th bills, looking for a total adjustment of $1,948.95. Jesus Zuinga, 336 High Lawn Avenue, pipe under the home, under the second bathroom broke, has been repaired. Got documentation, everything with that appears to be in order. Silver Construction LLC from North Vernon did the repair. I'm looking for a credit of $208.62. And Tyler Reedy, 414 East 3rd Street. Water hose was left on, and actually the hose had burst is what the situation was. So that has since been repaired, and water usage has returned to normal. Looking for a credit of $93.33. All of them, based on the information we were given, meet the city's criteria for adjustments, so I would ask that you approve these adjustments.
I would make the motion to approve them.
Second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign.
Although Park and Rec seems a little excessive.
Motion
They use quite a bit of
carries.
water.
They use a lot of
Thank you,
water.
Darren.
Chad's face turns real red, doesn't it, when you start talking about the, yeah, look how red that face is. Oh, miscellaneous business from the audience. Yo.
Got a black shirt on. So we're
Yeah,
good.
I'm not asking for money. Chief O'Brien, Seymour PD. I have a request from 31 Wrecker to be added to the rotation schedule for light duty towing. They're already on our heavy duty towing. Josh is here from 31 Wrecker, but they meet the requirements. They have 2 rollbacks. They're located in Jackson County. I think, Josh, you said you were talking about some land that you've got here in town too, that you were.
Will be a half mile, about a mile from the 31 and 50 junction.
There you go. So, if anybody knows where the old lawyer,
Yes.
right under that's where they're moving into. So, I asked, they have everything. The only thing I'm waiting on is the insurance carrier stuff for them. But they are asking to go on the rotation Monday, October 28th, starting that.
The others on it, that's not a yearly contract thing, is it?
No, we went back to, we had 3 at one time. We're down to 1 again. But we went back to a rotation. If anybody wanted to come on board, they had to meet the requirements, so.
So pending insurance on file, everything's good to go?
And it's on file for the
the
heavy
heavy-
duty stuff,
okay.
so it's, the last one I had was, I did find in the folder, where they had it on file in '09 for the light duty stuff, but
Just a matter of an update then.
yeah,
I
he
mean,
said he would get it to me, so.
Okay. You want that in the form of a motion?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to accept her camps to be put on the light duty also, pending proper documentation.
Second.
All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Also, all opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything else from the audience? Chad's gooseneck, no? Anything up here? I guess I should offer. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second. Meeting adjourned.
All 3 of you need to sign that contract for Bernie.
Sorry, I wasted so much. I should've
Oh, sorry.